Right, okay. Going to get started. I'm recording this as well, so we'll share it later on YouTube and whatnot. We're also going to be opening the voice chat around 8 o'clock tonight. That's UTC time. Probably repeat some of what we're going to go through now and we'll share. But you're welcome to join then as well. And obviously, you'll have different people available in different time zones. So, okay, let's get cracking. So for you guys who have been taking advantage of the staking pools that we're currently running on the HODLX platform, you'll have noticed that they are set to complete tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 29th of Feb. So we've been working hard in the background and thinking about our next wave of pools and also our strategy behind what we're doing with those. And I'm pleased to announce some really exciting opportunities from here for the next 6 months. So we're going to run the next set of pools for slightly longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch 4 new pools initially, and then we'll be activating new staking pools over the next 6 months. And I'll explain the rationale behind that and our reasoning for what we're doing. So the first pool we're launching is going to be for people with HODL hands. So you'll be able to stake your HODL hands to earn the Gem Fighter NFTs. So we're really pleased about this. This has been something we wanted to do for a while, and I'm not really familiar with many other projects doing this, where you're able to stake an NFT and earn another NFT. So really pleased that we've managed to find a way to do that. There's going to be 750 Gem Fighter NFTs up for grabs. So I think that's about 20 grand worth of NFTs. So that's 750 Gem Fighter NFTs up for grabs by staking your HODL hands. That's going to go live today, and it's going to run until August the 29th. So plenty of time. Even if you just have, say, one HODL hand, you'll be able to earn a good amount of reward on that. In terms of some of the tweaks we've made, we've optimized the contracts, so the gas fees are low, and there's a small fee of just 20 cents for each HODL hand that you stake, plus 50 cents when you harvest one of the Gem Fighter NFTs. So the reason behind that is that we have to, cover the costs of all the development. So we are introducing some small fees, but we've actually managed to get the overall fees down by optimizing the contract. So that's the first pool. So just to repeat for those that have just joined, the first pool is for people with HODL hands. They'll be able to earn 750 Gem Fighter NFTs, and that's going to go live today. The next pool that we're going to launch is to stake your Gem Fighter NFTs. So we've minted, I think, about 300 so far. The pool we're going to do there is, if you stake your Gem Fighter NFTs, there's going to be 100 HODL hands up for grabs. So again, that's a really decent amount of reward. Both the Gem Fighter NFTs and the HODL hand NFTs are going to be really central to our play to earn gaming, which I think is going to add a ton of value to them. But they're going to be able to earn quite significantly, because the rewards for the play to earn side of things are going to be really significant. So just to repeat, that stake your Gem Fighter NFTs to earn HODL hands, and there's going to be 100 HODL hands up for grabs. That's going to go live as well today at 8:30 p.m. UTC, and that will run until August the 29th, 2024. In terms of fees, and again, we'll publish this, there's going to be a small fee of 10 cents per NFT staked, plus any network costs, and then $1 for every HODL hand that you harvest. That's pool number 2. Then we've got pool number 3, which is for the holders of HODLX. So that pool is going to be a stake HODLX, and you'll be able to earn HODL hand NFTs. There's going to be 30 HODL hands up for grabs. That's going to again start today at 8:30, 8:30 p.m. UTC, and run until August the 29th. And there's going to be no fees on that other than the network fees. And then finally, there's going to be a stake HODLX token to earn Gemfighter NFTs. So again, you'll be able to earn Gemfighter NFTs, and there's going to be, I just need to check the figure on that. There's going to be 100 Gemfighter NFTs up for grabs. And that will also start today at 8:30, and it will end on the 29th of August. So what we're doing, strategically, is we want to provide opportunities for people to put their NFTs to work, and also to earn NFTs, which will be a huge part of the upcoming Play to Earn series we have. The other side of it is that we're going to be bringing online token pools as well over this next period of 6 months, and we've already started saving tokens for that. So with all this extra buy pressure and utility for the NFTs, that the fact that they can be staked, and we're going to be bringing online all this awesome gaming, which is going to earn a ton of rewards. Along with that, we're going to be seeing an increase in sales for the NFTs as this utility rolls out. And then we'll be able to take a percentage of that revenue from the NFT sales to buy back both HODL and HODLX tokens. And then a proportion of those will be placed into staking pools for the people that have both HODL hands and Gemfighter NFTs. So we've already accumulated some HODLX, and the plan is we're going to set up a wallet where we keep all of these tokens that we're accumulating. And then every so often we'll place them into a new staking pool. So over this next 6 months, you'll be able to earn NFTs throughout, and then we'll be activating token pools as and when off the back of the NFT sales revenue, which I think is going to be pretty significant, and obviously a really advantageous thing in terms of pumping the price of both HODL and HODLX. One thing to mention is we're currently not doing any stake HODL pools. We want to kind of tidy things up a little bit. Obviously, if you are holding HODL token, you're getting reflections within the deflationary supply, plus you've also got access to the BNB reward pool. Obviously, with these NFT sales and the upcoming Play to Earn, the reward pool will receive additional revenue and input from those sales. We're expecting, big increases in volume as we enter the bull run. Some people would argue we've probably already entered it or entering into it. So we want to keep things simple and focus the pools towards the NFTs and HODLX to give particularly HODLX a bit of an advantage, a bit of a unique proposition versus, say, HODL that has a ton of options already. We want to make it so that it's really your NFTs and HODLX that you can stake. Obviously, you do have the single staking pool, single token staking pools, which will still be active for your HODL. But in terms of these NFT pools and these specialist pools, we're going to focus on NFTs and HODLX for a while to build those up. So at the moment, we're not going to run a stake HODL to, say, earn NFTs or another specialist pool. But you still can use that single staking pool that's available. And then just to reiterate, as the NFT sales flow in, we'll publish a wallet address, which we've already got some funds in, and you'll be able to see those tokens accumulating, and then we'll be deploying pools throughout this 6-month period, in addition to the ones I've just mentioned, where you'll be able to earn both HODL token and HODLX token. So that's the plan. 4 of those pools are coming online this evening, and then we'll just build up the HODLX tokens a little bit more before we launch another pool where you'll be able to stake NFTs to earn HODLX. I think that covers what we're doing. The accumulation of all of those rewards, by the way, comes in at over $50,000 in terms of the amount of NFTs we're giving away, plus the tokens that we already have. And then obviously we're going to be accumulating a lot more tokens over the next 6 months and distributing those. So it's going to be way over 50K's worth of staking rewards. The other thing is, obviously on the HODLX platform, you can trade tokens for NFTs, which I think is a great option for people. We'll keep playing with those, so we'll do discounts and stuff, so you can get special offers on the NFTs, and then we'll be able to use those tokens as well in these staking pools that we bring online for people who want to earn tokens from staking the NFTs. So I think really with today, the fact that you can stake NFTs to earn NFTs, that we're launching these new pools with good prizes, that we've brought Gem Fighter online, that we've got the play to earn coming, and the way we've kind of positioned everything, we really are creating this truly sustainable ecosystem. And I think with us heading into this much better market, I'm expecting a huge increase in volume and price. And as much as anything, this additional revenue, I think, will be really appealing to people looking at this project, because they'll see that it's not just reliant on one thing, whether that's just a contract that's entirely reliant on volume. There's a lot going on. So yeah, that's another major step for us. It outlines the next 6 months of special staking pools. In addition, obviously, you also still have the farms and the staking pools on HODLX, in the farm and stake tabs. So there's an absolute ton of options available for people, and that allows us now, with the next 6 months of pool setup, to focus on launching the games, so you can get your NFTs working for you in the games as well. So I'm going to leave it there. We will put out a really, really detailed breakdown of all I've just shared, so everyone can access that and see it. But does anybody have any questions at this stage? I'll open up the floor for any questions. You should be able to just unmute yourself, or if you can't, put your hand up and we'll...
I do have one. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I just wanted to confirm who are your partners, and how would they try and help bolster your ecosystem? And we will be having campaigns with them in the future too.
A lot of our partners, there's actually, if you go to the HODL token website, that's hodltoken.net, you'll see some of our partners. Currently, they're more focused on the token side of things. So actually, if you go to the More tab on hodltoken.net, there's a tab that says Partners, and if you click that, you'll see some of the people we work with. A lot of them are people that we've worked with on things like audits or taking card payments for NFTs, and then we've entered into a partnership with them. There's a couple of token platforms. There's also a platform like Lakeview. We've worked with them in the past on various things and helped each other get our name out, but we're actually, having gone through a period of working really hard to deliver a lot of the items on our roadmap, we are now in the position of being able to go back to those partners and look at ways that we can help each other and create an awareness for all of these things that we've released over the last few months. Beyond that, we're always looking for more partners and are open to suggestions. And I do think as well, we need to look at partnerships within the play to earn space. We've started looking at that, but we've obviously got a massive roster of play to earn games coming up in the near future, and that's new to us. That'll be the first time we've delivered play to earn. So on top of the partners we have at the moment, and the fact that we're going to be in the near future working with them on the next wave of activity, we definitely need to identify and pick up some partners in the play to earn space, over the coming weeks and months.
Hey Adam, I have a question. Actually,
Sure.
I have a couple of quick questions. First question is, I just want to confirm with you that the NFTs that are going to be available in these new staking pools, they'll be freshly minted as they're claimed. We're not going to pre-mint stuff.
I'm glad you
Right.
asked that, actually. I can include that in the announcement. Yeah, so it's been quite fun working on all of these staking pools and contracts, because every time we make little tweaks to try and improve them. And yes, I can confirm that all of the pools we have now, because I think we cracked that challenge previously, but all of the pools that we have will be fresh mints. So if you do harvest an NFT, whether that's a HODL hand or a gem fighter NFT, it would be no different to, say, going through the website and purchasing one. It will be a completely fresh mint. There'll be no pool where these NFTs are stored. We've come up with, we built into the gem fighter contract, obviously, because it's a new contract. We built into it a couple of innovations which people probably aren't aware of and maybe don't really need to know, but I'll share with you anyway. But we built in that we can define staking pools, so we can put the address of a staking pool into a function on the contract, and it will mint these NFTs. But unlike the HODL hands, which is an older contract where we have to put some BNB onto the staking pool contracts to mint those NFTs, and then you guys give us that BNB back effectively. With the gem fighter ones, the way we've set up the contract is we don't have to store BNB on it. So that's the only thing in an ideal world, that I wish was the case. We want them to be fresh mints, but with the HODL hands one, we have to have a BNB balance on that staking contract so that it all works. And then obviously we cover the cost and then reclaim it. That's kind of effectively how it works. But on the gem fighter one, we don't even have to do that. So we don't have to kind of put some BNB aside. But yeah, for any of the NFTs that you're minting going forward through the platform, they will be entirely fresh mints.
And speaking of BNB, the fees associated with the staking or claiming of NFTs in these pools, I assume that'll all be payable in BNB and will basically be rolled in with your fee when you're actually in your wallet and you're paying your network fee to stake. Those additional fees will be basically added into that by the contract.
Yeah, that's right. So we've on any existing pools, there is some of those small fees, and that's mainly to cover the development costs of building all of these pools. So like 20 cents and that kind of thing on staking. But yes, they're included when you. So I've been doing an awful lot of testing over the last few days, and to give you an example, if you stake one NFT, one HODL hand to earn gem fighter NFTs, I was testing it earlier and it charges 62 cents as a network fee to enter the pool with one NFT. And then there's a fee of 20 cents for every HODL hand you stake. So for staking one HODL hand, the cost, which just appeared like how it normally does, there wasn't anything different, was 82 cents, but 20 cents of that goes to that staking contract. So if you click more information on these pools, where it says view contract, if you click that, you'll see tiny amounts of BNB accumulating in those contracts, which we're able to then pull down and place into the project pot to fund some of these innovations. So in terms of user experience, it happens exactly the same as what you're used to with staking, unstaking, and harvesting on the pools now. And then yes, there's just those tiny little fees, which are added on for the harvesting or the staking.
All right, thanks. And last question, could you just remind everyone where we're at in terms of bonuses for holding HODL hands when you're claiming from the pool? Because I know that was changed a while back. I'm not sure exactly where we're at with that.
Yeah, sure. Do you mean let me think.
So there
Do you
was
mean when you buy HODL, when you have HODL hands in your wallet and you actually go to buy HODL token, that's when you get the bonuses?
Oh, okay. It's on purchases. Yeah.
Yes. So let me just confirm that it's in a white paper, but I will just quickly bring that up and confirm that. So if you have HODL hands in your wallet, and it's interesting you mentioned actually, because I had to consider something for Gem Fighter on that as well. But if you have HODL hands in your wallet, let me find this. You get some bonus tokens basically. So if you have one HODL hand in your wallet and you go to buy HODL token, you get 1% more. If you have 5 HODL hands, you get 2% more. If you have 10 or more, you get 2.5% more HODL. And if you have 25 HODL hands, you get 3% more HODL. So that basically, if you were to purchase 100 tokens and you had one HODL hand, then you'd get 101 minus the tax. So in effect, if you were to hold 25 or more HODL hand NFTs, you'll get 3% more HODL, which is more or less, that's pretty close to the way we've optimized the taxes. Tax is 5% on all types of transactions. So you're covering effectively 60% of your tax by holding 25 HODL hands. And then obviously the other benefit is that those HODL hands, you'll be able to stake to earn tokens as we deploy those pools. You'll be able to stake them to earn other NFTs, and you'll be able to use them to play to earn gaming. So I do, we've tried to design it in a way where they bring a ton of benefit, and that for the people that get in early, and particularly people take advantage of promotions, they should more than cover themselves. But I think you've raised a couple of good points. I'm going to include that in the announcement as well, just a little reminder of the benefits of for the holders. If you hold those NFTs, you get a little more HODL on buying.
Okay, that's it for me. But thank you. I appreciate the info.
Pleasure, thank you, and good couple of things I'll include in our announcement now. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? If you do, just fire away at any point. But Keith mentioned about just refreshers, because it is obviously a very expansive ecosystem. There's a lot going on. You can imagine, like, the fun and games we have as a team, getting a head around it all and making sure that everything is presented and trying to make everything clear. There's a lot going on. I really do love. Well, I love what we're doing here. I love our community, the project. I love how the ecosystem's structured. But what I really, really am increasingly happy with is how everything's worked together. So if you pop into my shoes for a second here on this, and I'll give you an example. We have such leverage now to flex and bend how our ecosystem is operating whenever we need to kind of give an area of our ecosystem support. So let's say, for example, we want to increase the buy pressure on say HODLX, and we're going to increasingly be able to do these things from here. We're in a position where we can activate a number of things which most projects just couldn't consider. So we can do things like, okay, we'll increase the discount on either Gem Fighter or HODL Hands NFTs when you trade in HODLX. So people will be incentivized to buy HODLX because they're going to be able to access these bigger discounts. We'll be able to offer higher APRs on staking HODLX, whether that's for NFTs or for earning more HODLX or farming. And that will encourage people to buy, because we'll be able to increase those. the same with things like sell pressure. You know, we'll be able to say, well, rather than selling, say, HODL or HODLX, if anyone's, you know, thinking about selling a token, we can offer greater rewards or greater discounts on our NFTs for people trading in those tokens. So I could go on and on and on with that, but the point I'm making is now we reached a point where we have so many different ways to earn, and then so many different options to put your money, to put your investments to work. I think we're reaching that kind of point that we always wanted to, where we want people to be asking themselves that question, you know, why leave the ecosystem when you have all these different opportunities? And that will especially be the case when you're able to then go beyond just trading and swapping and staking and farming, and you start to bring in things like playing games or playing poker. You know, that brings another dynamic to it. So that's something I feel is getting really interesting. It's quite challenging for us as a team because it's a lot to look after and it's been a lot to build. But there's an infinite amount of moves that you can make within this ecosystem now. You know, personally, as an investor in this project, I personally feel that unlike any other project I've invested into or seen, you can just be busy with this project. You can just be checking your reflections, you know, checking like how NFT funds are building, checking your staking pools, trading tokens for NFTs. You know, you'll be able to use your NFTs to play games. Like, you don't have to. You can sit back and do nothing, and you'll do well out of this ecosystem. But for those who are, you know, sat in front of the telly and bored and looking for something to do, the way we've positioned our ecosystem now, and with all the things that you've built, you have what we used to refer to as this sort of playground for making your investments work for you, and so many options. And we've built them in a way, as I mentioned, with the ability to adjust discounts and APRs and whatnot when we launch pools. We've built it now that we can be reactive. So to give you an example of that, you know, we feel that now is a good time to really focus in on delivering these awesome pools for NFT holders and for the HODLX token holders, to help increase buy pressure on those two areas. But maybe in 6 months we'll have a slightly different position on that. And that's the beauty of it, really, is we can kind of look at what we feel the project needs, what's the best thing for our investors, and we can adjust to that, whether that's over a period of 6 months or whether that's in the moment, we can go and make those changes. So that's something that I want to emphasize, you know, is a real key aspect of our ecosystem, is that we're able to make adjustments and make decisions that will give us advantages relative to what's going on in the market or what's going on with any individual project within our ecosystem.
Actually, Adam, I'm going to ask one more question, because you brought up sort of the diversity of the project and the many aspects of it, and I'm wondering if there's any interest currently, you know, on your end or in the team, of doing further development on the HODLX gambling games. They're kind of not a very, you know, not an aspect of the project that's very highly, you know, emphasized. The rangefinder game, and then there was the heads or tails game. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just wondering if there was any kind of interest on your end in further developing those games and games like that for HODLX.
Yeah. So I'll just tell you how I see it in my mind. I won't filter or anything like that. So we used a different team for those two games, and people that know me and know the kind of bar I set for our UI UX you know, I feel that they can be improved, particularly when it comes to you place your bet and you wait for the result. I think that there's improvements we can make there. That's the first thing, but I also feel that where they sit in our ecosystems, they sit effectively on a subdomain of HODLX, and my goal in the not too distant future will be, as we've done with quite a few different parts of our ecosystem, is to bring that into the central platform. So I would love in the not too distant future, and it's part of our roadmap, to actually recraft the HODLX platform, including the betting subdomain, and incorporate that into the main site and the app. So that's kind of, I'm conscious that that's on the horizon. So yeah, definitely at that point, when we come to bring all of that into the main site, so we have that single URL, which in the future will become HODL.inc, which I think is pretty cool. But again, that's going to be a bit of work. Yeah, so in the future, so I don't know, 3 to 6 months, let's say, I think we need to look at bringing in to the central platform both the HODLX.exchange side of things, plus the betting side of things, which is currently on the subdomain. And if we're going to do that, I would definitely be wanting to do a complete review with the design team on how they look and feel and function, and then make more of a fuss of them in the ecosystem. One of the visions I had for that would be that you could, when you claim your rewards, you could effectively bet those rewards. So, for example, if you were claiming 1 billion HODL or a million HODLX as part of claiming your rewards on your when weekly on your HODL token, it'd be really cool if you could then say, right, I'm going to take that 1 billion HODL, for example, or that million HODLX, and do the coin flip or do the rangefinder. I think bringing them more to the surface and more into the ecosystem is a key part of that. And then when doing that, improving the UI. And I definitely wouldn't look to add more games until that bit's done. Like, I like to finish things before creating new things. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a feel for where I see that heading over the next, between now and say 6 months from now, all being done and dusted.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
I suppose the other thing as well, Keith, is we've got the poker to deliver. And the final caveat to both poker and these betting games is I want to be better equipped from the perspective of all of the compliance and the legality side of things. I don't know what the answers are yet, and that's, I guess, what I'm saying is I want to kind of reach a point of expertise with our legal team and myself of those betting games plus the poker. How we can deliver on these things whilst doing things in the right way. Not putting anybody or the project in the crosshairs of any organization that may determine we're doing something they don't like. So there's a bit of work to be done in those areas too, because of what they are. Does anybody else have a question? Okay, we'll end it there, but thanks for joining. I hope it's been helpful to you guys. Like, we thought this time around we'll do 2 AMAs, one around this time and one it's going to be 8 p.m. UTC. So apologies, because I think in the original post we said 6 p.m. So we'll confirm that throughout the day, but it's going to be 8 p.m. UTC tonight. We'll reiterate some of the stuff that we've gone through on this call, but by then as well, and actually during the AMA this evening, these new pools will actually go live. You'll be able to actually put your assets and start earning on these pools. I think it's scheduled for 8:30, and the AMA is at 8. So half an hour into the AMA this evening, you'll actually be able to dive into those pools. So that's later. Between now and then, I'm going to send out some information so that you can really get a comprehensive breakdown of these pools that are coming online and how to take advantage of them. And then, as I say, one of the things I'm really looking forward to with this next 6-month period is let's see how much we can build in terms of building token piles and accumulating tokens for pools that we can launch throughout the next 6 months, where people can earn some HODL and HODLX in addition to all that I've mentioned on this call. So a bit like with the play to earn address that we've publicized, you'll be able to see those balances build. So we'll share that as well ASAP today. And yeah, looking forward to seeing where we go from here. I think it's probably fair to say, I don't know if you guys agree with this, I think we are entering now the bull run, where BNB and Bitcoin are at. I think we've got through the bear market of the last 18 months. So I feel really confident in what we've created and where we're positioned, but there's still a lot more work to do. So we'll keep batting on with that. But I think now we've reached a point where we have a hell of an ecosystem and project taking this bull run. So a special thank you to everybody, Keith, Yoshi, Alex, everybody, Kim, Kiki, everyone on the call who's stuck with it through this challenging time. Hopefully, you can all be rewarded as we enter this next period. And of course, Gerald, I can't forget you. So yeah, unless there's anything else, please fire away. Thanks for the questions, Gerald and Keith. That there's a couple of things there I'm going to take away from that and actually work on. If not, Marius, is there anything you want to add? Again, I just want to, while we're in the group setting, just thank you again for all your work on the play to earn and with Gem Fighter. I absolutely love what we've done there. I think you did mention to me before this call that you were at work, so probably can't talk, but just to put that out there, great job again with all of that. But yeah, I'll give you guys one last chance to ask a question. Otherwise, we'll end it there, and I will share the AMA on YouTube and whatnot, and then we'll reconvene at 8 o'clock tonight as we get these pools out. Great stuff. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again. As well, when the bull run kind of kicks into full effect, we're going to start opening the voice chat more frequently. That was a really big thing with our project back in the day in the last bull run, is that we had a 24/7 voice chat open. So as a team, we're conscious of building that back up now in preparation for the next period. And as you guys know, you're the real ones in crypto, having gone through this last period, but we're going to see a lot of people re-entering the space. So keep an eye out for that. And if you can support, joining the calls and helping us build up traction there, I think it adds something that often isn't involved in these projects, where you have real people on the phone chatting away, sharing ideas and supporting each other. So that's something else we're going to build up over the coming weeks and months. And we'll start by running more frequent AMAs like these. And yeah, hopefully see you guys later at the one at 8 p.m. UTC today. So thanks everybody, and we'll speak again soon.